single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
All right, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is when you watch this video, just make it apply. I'm hoping that all of you guys are having a wonderful week, that you're staying in positive energy, that you're just basking in happiness, joy, staying away from negative energy, sadness, depression, and that you're really just enjoying this week. So, guys, you already know if you need to reach me, you can reach me on Instagram. It's Rashad King 2017. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this topic. Oh, wait. Of course, like always, I'm going to make it easy for you guys. I'm going to put a link in the description. All you have to do is just click on that link and it'll take you straight to my page. All right, now let's get into the topic. All right, so this week we're going to talk about bullying. And I want to start off by saying there's so many different forms of bullying. And I think when it comes to bullying, with a lot of stuff, we stay on the physical plane, which is really the first part of the definition, which is someone seeking to do harm. And so, of course, it automatically triggers, the bully in elementary or the bully in high school that would physically, attack an individual. And, for whatever reason, to take their lunch money, to take their lunch, or, whatever the result was, they cause physical harm. But there's more to the definition of bullying. You also have to deal with intimidation. Intimidation is bullying and coercing someone. I think typically we deal with intimidation when it comes to the workforce, how someone can use harassment and create a hostile work environment to intimidate you, which is a form of bullying, to kind of force you into whatever it is that they want to do. And then I think you deal with coercing someone, mainly with parents. Parents are very good at using their power, using their influence in a negative way to coerce to try to coerce you into a decision that typically you don't want to make. And so, I'll start with that one because I work as a life coach. And so I hear a lot of people's stories where I'm trying to give them encouragement, empowerment to really help them to make the best decision for their lives. So when it comes to parents, I think parents are very good at using their influence and their resources to try to control their kids' lives. And the one thing that you have to understand once your kid get older is that it's their life. It's their life to live. You have to, remove yourself and allow them to live the life how they see fit, and sometimes, especially when you're coming from a spiritual background, is that you have to understand that your child may not take up your set of beliefs, that they may be on a completely different path than you. They probably grew up Catholic, but now they want to go to Pentecostal, or they grew up Pentecostal and now they want to, become Catholic, so whatever it is you have to sit back and allow them to make the decisions that they want to make, of course, with it being your kid, you want to give them guidance and wisdom to make the best choice. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that it is their life and they have the power to create whatever life it is that they want for themselves. And so when we kind of force them into a course, that's when, number one, for the bully, is you sought out somebody that you seen as weak and vulnerable, and you seen it as an upper hand that you knew that you could overtake the person. So that's what a bully is always going to do. If someone is picking on you, if they are seeking to do harm, intimidating you, or trying to coerce you, they automatically think in their mind that this person is weak and vulnerable, and I have an upper hand in some type of way that I can strongly influence them to go the direction that I want them to go. And then, of course, for the victim, if you choose to fall for it, it's really a point now where you are choosing to give up your power. Remember, at the end of the day, you have all of the power. It's your life, so if you choose to allow someone else, ideas or philosophies or perceptions of your life to rule over your own, then it's you giving up your power at that moment. And, one of the things that I tell a lot of clients is that it's really you allowing somebody else to be God over your life. One of the things in the New Testament where when people were saying, Jesus, what is the two greatest commandments if you had to narrow them down? One of the first things that Jesus said is put no other God before me. And when you allow someone to run your life and to make decisions for your life, that you are truly giving up your free will, then you are putting that person God over your life. And that person is reigning, that you're not really thinking with your brain. You're not really going by your desires or your life purpose. You're doing it to please somebody else. And so once you get into that mindset, you're really allowing somebody else to reign. So just keep that in mind that, if you choose to allow someone to bully you, then you're giving up your power. And at any moment, you can grab that power back by giving people boundaries and by refusing to fall for the intimidation. So just keep that in mind as well. One of the things that I really want to read to you to just get you in the right mindset when it comes to this is, of course, it's still another scripture. But like I tell you every time, if you don't believe in the Bible, it's okay. I'm not forcing you to believe in the Bible. But the one thing that I love is that you can always take the philosophy from it and learn a lesson from it. So Jesus told a parable about a strong man. He said, when the strong man, fully armed, guards his own dwelling, his goods are safe. But when someone stronger attacks him and overcomes him, he takes from him his whole armor in which he trusted and divide his spoil. That's what it is when you allow someone else to bully you, is that you're taking the thing that you trusted and you valued the most, which is your life. You can't get any deeper than that. And you're taking it and giving it to someone else, that you allowed someone else to take that precious gift and then divide the spoils, that now they're doing whatever it is that they want from it, and that's when, it gets to a point that, you're not going to take that power back until you experience an awakening, and a short definition of an awakening is you receiving a strong aha moment. And that aha moment, and of course, the definition is a whole lot deeper than that. But for time, it's just a strong aha moment that is really changing the course of your life. Because now at that moment, you are not listening to external factors anymore, that you're not listening to parents, you're not listening to managers, you're not listening to anyone else that is coming in your life to bring you harm, intimidation, or try to coerce you into a decision that you really don't want to make. So you're eliminating those people, and the only person that you're listening to is the internal factors, which is source. So regardless of what you believe, source can be the universe, it could be God, it could be Jesus, it could be the Holy Spirit, it could be whatever it is that you believe in. But that's where you're now connecting back to, is you're connecting to that inner source, where that inner source is letting you know what your life purpose is and what you stand for. And when you're going through the awakening, the one thing that I love more than anything is you are giving your voice. And that's part of your power, is that you're giving your voice now, and you are able to get your voice because you have clarity now of who you are. And once that voice is activated, you take your power back. And you get that away from people, and you stop allowing them to reign over your life, and you make decisions based on what it is that you really want, So you have to stop allowing people to bully you and live your life the way you see fit. It's okay, not to have the same views and values as your parents. It's okay, to think outside the box, and that you want to question philosophy and you want to question religion so that you can get a deeper understanding of it. Never allow someone to put pressure on you of thinking that you have to think a certain way. You can agree to disagree. And that's what a lot of parents don't like. It's never agree to disagree. It's always, I'm going to force you to think this way. And that if you don't follow my way, then I'm going to cut off resources, or I'm going to disown you, or, we'll stop spending time together. And it's all bullying tactics to really force you to be coerced to their way of thinking. And so in order for you to remain in your power and to really stay in your power and deal with this form of bullying is, number one, you have to know who you are. And then number two is you can't fall into the conditions. You can't fall into those conditions. You can't, you can't say, okay, well, if this is going to end our relationship, then I'm just going to go ahead and give in and live a lifestyle that I really don't want to live, or, if this relationship is really going to end, then, I'm just going to give in and let you have your way. And I'm just going to be silent. No, don't be silent when it's your life. All right. So, the best way of dealing with bullying from any form is remaining to stay in your power. You listen to the foundation that you created. Of course, I'm not saying, be rebellious with your parents or anything like that. But what I am telling you is to listen to their guidance and listen to their wisdom. But at the end of the day, you have to be the one that make the decisions for your life. Whether they agree with it or not, you have to make the decisions. You cannot allow anybody else to make that decision but you. So don't let people force you into a decision or force you into a lifestyle or force you into a career that you really don't want to do. I have seen it where parents have forced people into a career that they hate. They're an accountant, but they wanted to be a teacher. And, parents was like, well, you need to be an accountant because they make more money. Or you have some people that want to be gay, but their parents are saying, okay, well, you have to be straight because, this is my reputation. I don't want people talking. And so, you have to get to a point where you say, no, this is the life that I want to live. These are the things that I want to do. And you got to stop allowing people to intimidate you or coerce you into a decision. So, all right, guys, hopefully that was some good information for this week. Don't let people bully you. Really watch your relationships. Put boundaries in your relationship. That's going to be the exercise for this week, is that I want you to really analyze every relationship that you have. Your relationship with your parents, your relationship with your family, your relationship with your friends, your relationship with your peers, your relationship with your managers, and your relationship with your coworkers. Analyze every last one of those relationships and really see if you put proper, healthy boundaries, that you are not allowing people to bring you harm, to intimidate you, or to coerce you in any type of way. And if you feel that you're failing in that department, then you need to create a list of how you're going to implement boundaries in your relationships. Remember, you don't want somebody to come in and overtake your house and do whatever it is that they want to do with your life. All right, guys, enjoy the week.